And good afternoon, correction, good late morning on this Sunday, July 16th, 2023. This is your most everybody's favorite weatherman, Joe DeGregorio, checking in with you. Been a while, folks. So, marginal risk for isolated severe thunderstorms. We're going to take a look at that. You see the dark green shading here covers basically most of the entire state. It's just a level one out of a five level tier, so it's a low risk. But we're finally going to get some rain, provided Mother Nature is not trolling us. Now, as of right now, at 11:41 a.m., we see along the I-55 corridor and the 12 corridor between Baton Rouge and Livingston and down to Gonzales, showers and a few thunderstorms. We'll turn on lightning detection real quick here, and well, there we go. Pretty intense lightning popping off right there between Roseland and Greensburg and Tangipahoa there. Montpelier, these is probably delayed. Past 30 minutes, yeah, it's moved on. So, a few rumbles of thunders down there in the Albany, Holden, uh, up through Indy and through Amite City, Roseland, Tangipahoa, moving up towards Kentwood and Osika there. But it's not going to get to y'all folks there. Um, Let me do something here. So we're going to switch to a 3-hour radar loop here real quick because we're going to get to the models here in just a second. So you can see general motion is to the southeast as this stuff rides through. And the this is not the reason for the marginal risk. Some of these later today, any of that fire could potentially go renegade on us, but the main issue is up here along in north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. This little disturbance, as you see, continues to rotate east. And what's going to happen with that as we get later into the afternoon and evening, it's going to kick out an outflow boundary. And as it does, it outflow boundary is going to start racing southward. And this front is actually going to start to sag a little further south as well. And with that comes your lift, and things start to go south. So let's turn live radar off, and we'll get you back to the model here real quick. And um, put up, here's your 11-hour. So here's your loop from 1 p.m. to 4 a.m. And as you can see, once we get later in the afternoon, things start to rock a roller of get out of towner. I was going to say the Ayatollah Rockarola, but that's just kind of old now. So as you see, here it comes. So disturbance, MCS shifts. Actually, it looks like MCV. And as that ejects that little outflow, look at what happens. Boom, 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 boom. So things are going to start rocking here later this afternoon and evening. And hopefully we get some beneficial rains out of this. However, as you see, from Mansfield, Natchitoches down to Alexandria, Gina, Bunkie, uh, Morganza, Simsport, just north of New Roads, another little band is setting up there. So that's the full 18-hour loop of the HRRR. We don't have the 16Z yet. This is the 15Z run, the very latest run of the 18-hour HRRR, or our short-range HRRR model. So let me take away lightning detection again so we don't clutter up the screen. So we'll go through the general timeline here. We'll back this up. And as you can see, just some spotty stuff for the most part. Now, at right now, H-triple-R isn't picking up this stuff along the I-55 and I-12 corridors. So again, future radars and the models are always not 100% accurate, but it gives you a general idea. And the models are basically in pretty good agreement of what's coming later today and this evening. So, um, waving back this up to 1 o'clock here. So, as you can see, and you know, let's put it back to noon. All right, let's get that noon shot in here this way because it's almost noon, and then we'll see what the thing says if it's actually picking up. If it's not picking up, then that means it doesn't have a very good handle on what's happening right now. And as you can see, it's not. So, with that said, um, it could be a little more coverage of rain today. It depends because enough rain and clouds will help to stabilize the atmosphere a little bit, but that'll be short-lived because the way things are right now, uh, the atmosphere can rebound. It has the potential to rebound very quickly. So, um, as we move forward in time, we're just going to go here and around 3 o'clock, there we go at 4. Basically here in southwest Louisiana, lower Acadiana, and right around 5 o'clock, things start to pop off here. And you can see, nice little bullseye right there with that. And therein sets the stage. And then as we move forward, here we are at 6 o'clock. Some big boomers out there. Donaldsonville, Boogie Loose, and down through the Pearl River Basin there, Picayune. And then watch as we move forward in time here. We go to 7 o'clock. The Baton Rouge still not a whole lot, but again, don't let this fool you because you see what's coming up here off to the northwest. Yeah. You want to rain, you're gonna get it. All right, and we'll take a look at all of the potential issues that we could have as well here. What I'm going to do real quick here in the background, let me pause this for just a second here. Alright, so the biggest issue that we could have um, is primarily going to be strong to strong damaging winds. And on the order of 60, 65 mile per hour. These downburst winds, when they drop out of the thunderstorm core and they hit the ground, they fan out in 360-degree direction, basically. And that means straight line winds. And whoever's within, a quarter mile to a half mile of that downburst, you're going to get nailed. And then on top of that, if any of these thunderstorms manage to kick out an outflow boundary out ahead of it, you get a little gust front develop. That's going to pick up your winds 30, 40, 45 miles per hour. And there again, if you have loose objects, lightweight loose objects in your yard, it's going to go bye-bye. So there could be some pockets of small hail, but the primary threat is going to be your winds. There's not enough shear in the atmosphere for tornadoes, so I wouldn't worry about tornadoes at this point. And we move towards the 8 o'clock hour. Let's back this up just a tad here. So here we are at 8 o'clock now, and it's starting to drop down, looking really nice. And we've still got this from Lafitte, Jean Lafitte, Belchase through New Orleans Metro, out over the lake, basically straddling the Causeway Bridge up to Mandeville, Covington, North Shore, and then northwestward uh, towards Kentwood. So, and you see this in Greensburg as well, big bullseyes. So whether those bullseyes pop up right there, that remains to be seen. Again, future radar is not 100% accurate, but it gives you a general idea. The potential is there for these big storms. So stay aware. Also, uh, torrential rainfall will be occurring. Thankfully, most of you are going to be home this evening. Um, Getting home after work this afternoon, for those of you that have to work on Sundays and you get off at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, you're going to have, depending on where you are and where this stuff breaks out at that time of evening, you're going to be having to contend with that on the roads. Use extreme caution. All of that soot and crap out on the roads and the interstates had just been kind of baking into the concrete and cement, and once first that ground first starts getting wet, then roads are going to be extremely hazardous and slick. Use caution. Don't drive like a bat out of hell. All right? Get home safe. That's the key. But you got the idiots, once again, here in Baton Rouge, Tiger Bend Road, Jones Creek, Antioch, down the airline. They drag race. And we got a fire station right here in Antioch. They should have a unit sitting there at all times. But nope. It's like, hey, you know, state police, where you at? Back up EBRSO. That's your damn jobs, people. So we got the word out there. Let's get these draggers off the roads. And for you legislators that may be watching this, yes, I'm fixing to get political for about 30 seconds. This is my 30-second political ad. Very rare political ad. For you legislators out there and you Metro Council members, amend the laws. Immediate civil forfeiture. Period. End of discussion. That'll stop this street racing crap once and for all. Alright? And any of you woke people want to try and contend that, I'm not hard to find. I don't back down from nobody. Alright? And rant. So, I got to make it interesting, folks. I hadn't been on here in a while, and I hadn't been feeling too good. And, y'all know I got significant health issues, and hopefully the biopsies or the polyps come back negative. We'll see this week. So anyhow, here we go. That's 8 o'clock. Here we go to 9. 9 o'clock, coming on down. Price is right. Here we are at 10. About the time your newscast comes on, it's going to be rocking and rolling. So, Baton Rouge Metro, back it up here. Rain start coming in here, probably somewhere around 9, give or take an hour either side of these numbers. This thing could slow down a little bit or speed up a little bit. If it speeds up, it's going to be pushing a gust front out ahead of it, and that rain-cooled air gust front is going to feel real good until the storms get here. So, we go back, and now we go to 10 o'clock, pushing past 10. Here we're at 11. So, fully involved, Livingston, EBR, portions of Iberville, West Baton Rouge, still some moderate rains, Gonzales, Ascension Parish, Assumption, Pierre Park, uh, Pride, Baywood, Upper Central, some big storms up there, New Iberia, St. Martinville, Jeanerette. Uh, Again, if this actually holds true, which it probably is not going to hold true, in terms of what you see on this graphic. What actually happens in real life is a lot of times 100% different. So you could see all these big, super strong cells, these bullseyes, centered up in Mississippi or down by the coast, and we don't get nothing here in Baton Rouge and Gonzales and Livingston Parish. It's hey, it is what it is. I'm just bringing you the very latest model data. So there we go. All right. So as we get to midnight, you see it kind of congeals into a little line, and at least down here, the tail end Charlie. And if this were to hold true, everybody's going to get wet tonight. All right, get out there with your bars of soap. Take your shower out there, because I tell you what, after this passes tonight and the winds die down, sauna. Yeah, you're gonna be able to take a hot bath outside. Of course, that's been the general rule of thumb every night here lately. Yeah, don't get caught doing that, folks. I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to want to do that. But anyhow, uh, trying to make it entertaining as well. You know, I got a lot of pent up energy. I haven't been able to go online. I mean, I have been able to. I just there's been no reason to. Mother Nature's been behaving herself. Um, I let the suits push out the heat advisories and all that good stuff. We already know that, but this is different. So, anywho, here we are. Um, Midnight, and we get to 1 a.m. Slow to get out, but it is weakening at that point. New Orleans Metro, you get another round. And then 2 a.m., starting to clear the area. St. Tammany, light to moderate. Washington, Boogie Lucy up here. Just basically light rain. Um, Down here, going into Plaquemines, Grand Isle. And then up here, we'll see what happens. Maybe a secondary disturbance coming down. And it sure looks like it. So, 4 a.m. So, and again, tomorrow morning, don't be surprised. We could have early morning wake up call. That would really irk a lot of you that don't get to sleep tonight because of Mother Nature. And then she wakes you back up at O Dark 30. Yeah, she loves doing that. So that's about it. Let's put back in live radar here. Switch to main timeline, and you can see it there. And real quick, I'm going to take away that. Let's take away. Let's look at our instability right now. Holy jumping Batman. So this is your instability. Crazy high numbers. Um, that set the stage for the night. And as far as dew points, well, I already know what surface dew points are like. Upper 70s dew points, some low 70s. Hey, low to upper 70s dew points across the board. You know what that means. That's an ingredient, a key ingredient. Now, no, we're not going to have tornadoes. Get it out of your minds, all right? So, let me take away the high-res fill. So, pretty high numbers for your lift. And take a look at your temps aloft. So at 850 millibars up in just about 3,000 feet or so. Maybe 5,000. I forget. My short-term memory is going crazy here the last few years. But anyhow, 850 millibars temp 67, and you go up to 700 millibar and upper 50. So you got pockets of cooler air aloft, and there's some 40s up there at 700 millibars. So then we get up there even higher. We don't have 500 millibar temps, but it's cold pocket of air up there. That's going to mean fun times and fast times at Louisiana High. That was a knockoff to Fast Times at Ridgemont High. For those of you who are not old enough to remember that. So, cool movie. Anyhow, that's it. That's really all I got today. I'm trying to stay upbeat and clown around and have some fun on here. Um, Try to stay apolitical most of the time, but uh, what's happening on the roads in my area and lack of give a damn by public officials, I'm calling it out. This platform reaches over 1 million people. When we have a serious public safety issue going on right now, and nothing's being done, I'm gonna take a minute or two aside and make some noise. You say keep it weather only. Look, folks, I do 99.999% of the time. There's that 0.00001% of the time I got to make a statement. I'm not one to stay quiet, all right? But it is what it is. So if you don't like it, hey, just tune it out or bye bye. I'm not here to appease anybody, all right? I don't need friends. I got a small circle of close friends, and I'm not out here to be a celebrity, a big public figure, all right? I'm bringing you a presentation, and I'm also bringing you awareness to some things and trying to get the attention of the idiots in public office that seem to want to do nothing. And that's a problem in society. And anybody that knocks that effort to raise that awareness, well, you're part of the problem. So, anyhow, y'all have a good rest of your Sunday, and we will talk again later.